Okay, DC, you have my attention. Hello folks, welcome to the weekly Geekly Report, here with me, Aaron, Professor Thorgy, your guide to all things geeky. And on the last one was kind of a mini one because I didn't really have enough news to talk about. This time, I have the exact same news to talk about, but multiples of it. That's the dumbest hint I could possibly have given. I'm talking about Suicide Squad. Yes, on the last episode, I talked about the Jared Leto Joker pick that we finally saw, and it was, okay, there's things to it. Yeah. But today, just a few minutes ago for me, which means a couple hours ago for you guys, it was revealed the entire lineup for Task Force X, for the Suicide Squad, and interesting. But okay, I'm going to run down each of the members that we see in this picture, and I'm going to give you my opinion on each of them. You know, how they look, how I think they're being portrayed, my guesses for the movie, you know the deal. Let's begin. First up on the far left, we have Slipknot, and on the far right, we have El Diablo. Slipknot looks very militarized. Like, I couldn't even tell it was Slipknot until I saw the rope around his waist. And El Diablo looks odd compared to everyone else here. Like, I know that he's got the facial tattoos, but just looking at his clothes, everybody else there has a very unique look to them, something that really speaks to their personality. El Diablo looks like you just grabbed some dude off the street. Like, you just grabbed some dude out of East LA, just right off the street, and just put him right in this movie, and then it was like, yeah, go and act, you're a supervillain now. And I'm starting off with these two because, A, compared to everybody else, I don't really get much flavor from them. I don't really get anything from them. But also, this is called Suicide Squad, and the reason I'm starting with these two is, I think there's a reason they're both on the far ends of this picture. When you look at the entire cast of this movie, and you look at all the villains that are going to be in there, and then you think about El Diablo and Slipknot, bye guys, there's a reason it's called Suicide Squad. Not all of you making it out, and yeah, you ain't coming back for the sequel. Alright, moving further in, on the left we have Captain Boomerang. Captain Boomerang has always been a jerk. He's been a dick. That's one of his defining character traits. And this guy looks like a dick. He looks like a jerk. But also, you know, Captain Boomerang is Australian, and yeah, this guy looks like an Aussie thug. Like, he looks like some guy who would go to a rugby game and just beat the crap out of people. In fact, it even looks like that vest that he's got on the inside even looks like it's got a sports logo on it. So it's like, yeah, I know what you're going for, and I agree with it. And I'm glad they kept the cap. It was like, that's one of his defining traits. Either that or it's the little paper hat crown thing, which, don't do that one. Go with the cap. Going back over to the right, we see that Killer Croc is there, and Killer Croc was added to the list of cast members late, so I honestly didn't think he was going to have a big role. Like, I figured he would probably be just like some guy they take out in the beginning, or he'd just be another prisoner in one of the cells, and that's all we see of him, but seeing him up here is like, yeah, he's clearly going to have a big role in this team, and I'm glad to see that. But the other thing that I really noticed about is this whole DC Cinematic Universe, they've made it very clear. They're going for a far more grounded kind of take on, they're going for a far more realistic tone, which I could not disagree with more, but it doesn't matter what I think, that's what they're doing. So I figured that when I heard Killer Croc was gonna be in there, I figured it would just be like the actor with like little cracks in his skin, like, because that's what Killer Croc kind of started out as. He was just a guy with a bad skin condition, just, you know, kind of like scaly skin. But when I saw this, I was like, no, you're going full on Killer Croc. You're going with the scales and the green color and the teeth. They're going with everything. They're going with this. This is what they're going with for Killer Croc. It's great. They're using the Arkham Asylum kind of model on him, which is fantastic, because it means when the Suicide Squad pop figures come out, I don't have to buy that one again. I've already got it. And now going back over to the left, we have, I don't know. I think that's Enchantress? I'm gonna say Enchantress, because I know Enchantress is on this team, and this person looks mystical, and Enchantress is the only mystical person I can think of. But Enchantress was always more of that like classical Halloween witch, whereas this looks, it looks like they're taking influences from all over the place. Like with that moon on her head, it looks kind of Egyptian, kind of Middle Eastern almost. But then with all the makeup and the hair, she looks like the girl straight out of The Ring. So it looks like they're just grabbing like horror elements and combining it with mystical elements, which honestly that could be really cool because it's Suicide Squad. You're going to get dark in this. If you want your sorceress to be kind of like the girl from The Ring, that could be pretty dope. I can see a lot of ways that could be cool. A couple in which it could be bad, but a lot in which it could be cool. But then, right underneath her, I'm sorry, am I the only person who didn't know Katana was in this movie? I've been keeping up to date on this whole thing, and I had no idea Katana was going to be in this film. Was I just out of the loop, or did they actually keep one of the cast members a surprise? We live in a day and age in which everybody knows everything about every single comic book movie that comes out years before it comes out. It is so hard to keep any surprises. If you guys actually kept a major cast member completely secret from us, holy cow, how did you pull off that magic trick? That is... bravo to you. And her outfit, that is cool. That is honestly my favorite outfit from any of the characters on this team. Like, she looks badass. That little helmet thing, that little base plate that they gave her, I've seen that in the comics and I've just been like, yeah, alright, I guess that's okay. Seeing this in real life, this is one of the few times in which something doesn't look good in the comics but looks amazing in real life. That never happens. And then we've got Rick Flag over there, and nobody cares. I'm sorry, nothing against Rick Flag, but nobody's going to the Suicide Squad movie to see Rick Flag, okay? He looks like a military dude, Rick Flag is a military dude. Yeah. Okay. And that of course brings us to the last two, the two that everyone's been talking about, everyone's been curious about seeing, everybody's been wanting to know how they're going to be portrayed. We've got, first off, Will Smith as Deadshot. Now, a couple of things here. They gave him a beard, which Deadshot has always been known for facial hair, but he's always been known for a mustache. They gave him a beard, and it looks fine, but honestly, I would have loved to have seen him with the mustache. You know, maybe not so much the pencil thin one, because that's kind of old, but that big, bushy, like, biker mustache, I wanted to see that so bad. But, you know, beard's okay, I guess. And also, I wanted to see the mask. It's like, you can't have Deadshot without that mask. Without that mask that's got, like, the little sight thing right up there on it. Very technical term, sight thing. But I understand why it's not being shown in this picture. Don't get me wrong. This is to show off the whole cast. They're not going to show the biggest name in their movie with his face completely hidden for the big cast photo, okay? The shot of him with the mask on, that's coming later. That's gonna be the next reveal, like, next week that we're going to get. But I'm digging that they put orange in there. Like, they didn't make it too realistic. You know, they did add some color to it, which has been my biggest problem with all these DC movies so far, is that they just take all the color right out of there. So I'm glad that they left the orange in there. I wish he didn't have so much body armor on there, because to me, Deadshot's whole thing is that he's a sniper and he never misses. So for him to have body armor on there, it's kind of implying it's like, yeah, I might miss and might get my ass kicked every now and again. So you know, and it's fine, but we still have more to see at Deadshot, so I can't fully form an opinion on this one yet. Or this other one. Okay. I was actually having this conversation the other day with some folks in my store, which is that Harley Quinn has had many different incarnations, and we each have our favorites, and I cannot stand the overly sexualized, always skimpy outfit Harley Quinn, and I was hoping that they were going to go more for the old school one, but in my heart, I knew that wasn't happening. I knew that was not happening in this one. But still, seeing that that's the direction they're going, the moment you actually see that that's what they're doing, yeah, it kind of gives you that disappointment all over again. It's like, alright, yeah, it's not what they're gonna do. But yeah, guys, why do you have to keep overly sexualizing Harley Quinn? Could you just stop it? I mean, she's not even wearing pants in this. That black underneath her belt, that's just the shadow from the belt. Like, that's how skimpy she is in this outfit. And the reason that I'm really bringing this up is because the old Harley Quinn, I actually found her funny. I found her amusing. I found her entertaining. Ever since the Arkham Asylum version of Harley, which is basically just what I'll refer to the current incarnation of her as, ever since we started getting that Harley Quinn, I found her really annoying. Like, I don't find her humorous anymore. I find her just really kind of crass. So yeah, I haven't really enjoyed that one. And that's been my big fear about Harley being in Suicide Squad. Not just being in there, but being the star of the Suicide Squad movie, which is that even if you find this version of Harley funny, you only really find her funny in short bits. Spending 2 hours straight with her as the star, I get kind of nervous about that idea. And before anybody starts posting in the comments, well, how come you don't say that about Deadpool? I do say that about Deadpool. That's my exact fear about the Deadpool movie. And I know, you can't judge just this picture for what kind of a sense of humor her character is going to have, what kind of jokes she's going to make, what kind of personality she's going to have. However, it does kind of look like that Harley Quinn that I'm not a fan of. But I will say this, I understand that there are a lot of people out there who are a huge fan of that Harley Quinn. And if you are a huge fan of that Harley Quinn, yeah, this kind of looks like that version of Harley Quinn. It kind of looks like, I mean, she's a lot more casual. She's not wearing really a costume. Her costume is basically just a jacket and a giant belt and no pants. That's pretty much the costume. Like, it is, you know, it's kind of like El Diablo. It looks like they just grabbed someone kind of off the street. But you could have done something. You could have given her that little, like, black mask that she wears. You could have done something. I needed more from Harley. There's not nearly enough. Like, everybody else on this, it looks like they took time in crafting them. With her, they were a lot more casual with it. So I wish there had been more work done on Harley. But once again, kind of like Deadshot, we don't know. This could just be her casual look. The moment that they actually go out there in the field, who knows what she's gonna look like? I mean, she's gotta be carrying around her giant mallet, so there's gotta be something with that. I mean, you can't have her walking around Gotham with the giant mallet and still just in casual clothes. I have a pretty strong suspicion that we are going to see multiple costumes from her in this, which might be okay. So we will look forward to seeing more of that, and if we do learn anything else, you can find it here on the Weekly Geekly Report. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then please hit the subscribe button, please hit the thumb up button, and as always, I appreciate anyone who shares these videos. Thank you to everyone out there who does it. And as always, I want to know what you guys thought. Leave your thoughts on this Suicide Squad picture down in the comments below. I thank you guys for doing that. And before you go, if you didn't see my Joker reaction, here it is one more time. So I'm just gonna leave it there. Yeah, it's enough time. Alright, thanks everybody, bye.